Here we go, we have a question, find all triplets with zero sum. So you have given an array and we need to find the possible indices I, j and k of triplets, the elements in the array whose sum is equal to 0, and we need to return the indices of the triplets in any order, and all the returned triplets indices should also be initially sorted. That is, for any triplet indices I, j and k, the condition I is smaller than j, j is smaller than k should hold. So let's talk about this test case. In this test case, if we pick this element, then if we pick this element, then if we pick this element, so in this, the summation of all these three elements is 0. The indices is 0, 1 and 4. Same applies for indices 2, 3 and 4. The summation is 0. So we need to pick the indices 2, 3 and 4. So that's about the explanation. Let's try to build the approach. So I have taken this test case, and in this question we gonna use map for optimization, because we cannot do this question in order of n cube time. So that's why we have to use map for optimization. So we have a map, and in this map we gonna store a value with this corresponding list, and a element of a list is a array with only two values. So I will tell you how we're gonna store the values in the map. So first of all, our I is here and j is here. We're gonna need to store the summation of these two values. The summation is -1, -1, and the indices is 0 and 1. Next, let's increment our j pointer. Now this summation is 2, the indices is 0 and 2. Let's again increment j pointer. The summation is 3 and the indices is 0 and 3. Now let's increment j once again. The values, the summation value is 1 and the indices is 0 and 4. Now let's increase j once again. At this point, the summation is -1, so we already have -1, and the values will be, the indices will be 0 and 5. Let's again increment j. So now the summation is 5, we don't have 5, so let's add a key 5 with the indices of 0 and 6. Then j cannot be incremented, so we need to increment I, and j will be here. The summation is 1, we have a 1, so we need to add the indices 1 and 2. Now let's increment j. The value will be, summation value will be 2, the indices will be 1 and 3. Let's increment j once again. The value will be 0, then indices will be 1 and 4. Now let's increase j pointer. Value will be -2 and indices will be 1 and 5. Now let's increment j pointer. Value will be 3, so we have a 3, and indices will be 1 and 6. So now I will go to 2 and j will be at 3, means I plus 1. The summation will be 5. We have a 5. The indices will be 2 and 3. Then I will increment. It will be 3. The indices will be 2 and 4. Now increment j pointer. It will be 1. We have a 1, and indices will be 2 and 5. I think I have taken a bigger test case. Here we have a value 6, and the indices will be 2 and 6. Now I will be at position 3 and j will be at position I plus 1. The summation will be 4. The indices will be 3 and 4. Okay, so j will increment. The summation is 2. We have a 2, and indices will be 3 and 5. Then j will increment. Here the summation is 7. We don't have 7, and then indices will be 3 and 6. Now I will go to 4, and j will be here. Summation is 0. We have a 0. Indices will be 4 and 5. Then j will increment. The summation is 5. The summation is 5. We have a 5, and indices is 4 and 6. Then this is the last value. I is here, j is here, value is 3, and indices is 5 and 6. So I have taken all the values. Then let's talk about how to solve this question in an optimized way. So we have to find a plus b plus c is equal to 0. Instead of that, we will find a plus b is equal to minus c. And instead of this, we're going to find this. We're going to find this. So c is our current value, whether this or this or this. So that's how we're going to solve this question. First, c is this. C is 0. So we need to find, uh, let me, so we need to find this. We can find this. So our c is this 0. Our c is 0. So we need to find minus 0 is 0. Minus 0, 0 is same. Is 0 exist in our map? Let me find. Yes, 0 is here. So what are the indices? What are the different indices? First, our C index is this. Our C index is this. Then uh, next we have these indexes 1 4 and 4 5. So we're gonna apply a loop. First we have 1 4, and then we have 4 and 5. Uh, but in this case, if we take all the values, first index is this 0 1 and 4, next is 0 4 and 5, means 0 then 1 then 4, this is valid, then 0, then 4, then 5, this is also valid. But if we take all the values, if we take all the values, we have duplicate values at the end. So that's why we have to make sure, we have to write a condition in our for loop itself. What condition do we have to write? First of all, this is our I and this is our j. This is our I, this is our j, and I want my k, this k index means this is c value, to be greater than I and to be greater than k itself. Both values, both conditions should hold, means I want my k to be greater than my I and j. I and j is here, so in this case it is not. So I will not pick these pairs. Why? Because these pair will be considered afterwards. We don't want redundant values. So let's move ahead. Then we have minus 1. Minus 1, if we change the symbol, we have plus 1. So plus 1, we have these pairs. First is this. This is our I, this is our j, and this is our k. Is I less than k? Yes. Is j less than k? I am talking about indices. This is the indices I stored in my map, and here also I will consider the indices. This value is already hold. By how? Because we have taken the negative sign. Is I less than k? No. Is j less than k? No. So now let's consider the next pair. Next pair is this. Is I less than k? No, it is equal. Is first condition does not hold, so no sense to pick this pair. Next we have this pair. Is I less than k? No. So we will not pick this pair. Next we have this. The value is this. So we need to find minus 2. Is minus 2 here? Yes, here. It's a index. The I. So let me write here. This is my I. This is my j. This is my k. Is I less than k? K means the index. Yes. Is j less than k? No. So we will not pick up this pair. Let's move ahead. We have this index. Is minus 3 exist? Minus 3, no, minus 3 is not there. Next we have this. So now, as you remember, uh, we ignored this pair, this pair. So it's time to pick up this pair. How? So let's find out. We have value as 1. So I was talking about this test case. We need to find minus 1. Is minus 1 here? Yes, we have two pairs. First is this, next is this. So here our I is this, j is this, k is this. Is I less than k? K means the index itself. I is less than k. Yes. Is j less than k? Yes, j is less than k. So this is our first pair. Our index is 0, minus 1, and this. As you can see, the summation of these three values is equal to 0. So we need to pick up this pair. We pick first this value, then this value. So in our answer, we have 0, then 1, then 4. Then let's talk about next pair. Next is this 0 and 5. This is 5. I is less than k, but j is not less than k. So we cannot pick this pair. Let's move ahead. We have this. So minus 1, minus 1. We change the symbol to plus 1. Is plus 1 here? Yes, plus 1 is here. Then these are all the pairs. Is I less than k? Yes. Is j less than k? Yes. So this is one of the answer. So we need to add 0, then 4, then 5. Now let's move ahead. We have this pair. Is I less than k? 1 is less than 5. Is j less than k? 2 is less than 5. Yes. So this is one of the answer. 1, 2, then 5. Let's move ahead. Is this I is less than k? Yes. J less than k? No, it is not. So that's all. Let's move ahead. 4. Is 4 minus 4 there? Is minus 4? Minus 4? No, minus 4 is not there. So only 3 values is there. Only 3 pairs. So let me underline the pair. First this and this, then this. The summation of these 3 values is 0. Then 0, 4 and 5. The summation is also 0. Then 1, 2 and 5. The summation is 0. So that's how we're going to solve this question. It's time to code up. We have a answer array list, a 2D array list. Then we have n and a map. Inside the map, we have a list of an array. Then we have a for loop. We have inside this we have a nested for loop. Then we need to store the sum of I and jth value. If it is if the summation is not there, so first of all we need to build the array list inside the map value. So the key is sum and value is the array list. Next, we have a array list, and inside the array list we have to store an array of indices. So for the current sum we need to add I and jth indices. Next we have a for loop. Then we need to find the remainder. We change the symbol and we find, is the remainder present in the map? If present, we need to pick up all the indices. So this is the pairs. Map.get of remainder. We have all the pairs, and the pairs is in the form of an array. Then we have to write a condition. This is my k. K means current value. So index is present on the zeroth value have to be smaller than k, means this is my I is less than k and j is also less than k. If this condition holds, then we need to pick up the value, pick up the indices. First I, then j, then k. We made our temporary list, add the temporary list into the answer. Next, return the answer. So let's submit this. And let's talk about time and space complexity. In this question, the time complexity, we have this for loop is n square, and here it is less than n square, but uh, the overall time complexity is n square itself. And let's talk about space complexity. We have this map and we have this list. So the overall space complexity in the worst case can go up to order of n square, and the code is given in the description box. If you guys have any doubt, feel free to ask in the comment section. Then thank you all for watching.